Students, welcome to third semester. In this third semester, the subject materials and production management. I will start unit number 1, Introduction to Materials Management. The syllabus is meaning and definition, classification of materials, objectives, scope, and importance of materials management. Now, the question is, what is material or inventory? Material and inventory both are the same. Inventory means stock of goods, maybe raw material, work in progress, or finished goods, or MRO material, MRO, maintenance, repairs, and operation material also included under the head of inventory or material. Material is a basic thing for any manufacturing industry. Without material, it is not possible to get the finished goods. In a manufacturing activities, we know very well it is a step by step conversion of raw material into finished goods. And without finished goods, the brand image, goodwill, patent, trademark is become zero. The image of the company is depending on the product whatever they are manufacturing. As for example, Cadbury. So Cadbury word comes at that time, we think about the best chocolate. Amul ice cream, Amul milk, any damn thing you can take from the product. Every product requires raw material. When you are you are sitting at your home, you may find surrounding number of things. As for example, AC, fan, your mobile, TV. Then you are going to find even we can say remote of the TV, furniture, clothes, toiletries. Everything comes from the industry. And by manufacturing, the all products are possible, which is going to fulfill the demand of us. And from this, we understood that the term materials refer to all commodities or components which are consumed in the process of manufacture. So, in the process of manufacture, whatever we required to get the finished goods is known as the material. So, the term material is used to denote the stock on hand at a particular time comprising raw materials, goods in process of manufacture, and finished goods. So that we understood from this particular sentence that raw material is not only the material, work in progress, finished goods, all are included under the head of material or inventory. So material has a primary significance for accounting purpose. To ascertain the correct income for a particular period. The income, the profit is depending on the finished goods on your sale, and sale is only possible when you have the finished goods, and for finished goods we require the right material. Material plays a very important part in the determination of profit of a business. And we know that Profit is very important for survival of the business, and without profit it is not possible to develop the business. It is not possible to satisfy all the stakeholders. We are going to study in detail in fourth semester, that is corporate social responsibility in CSR. We know we should cover that who are the stakeholders. We have to satisfy all the stakeholders, say employees, customers, manufacturers, means suppliers, then society, government. These all are the list, means all are going to find in a list of the stakeholder, and you can satisfy only when you have the right source of profit, income or profit. So material is the base for business organization, plant or manufacturing units, and it is going to give the recognition to every business. Now let's take some of the definition of materials management. So in this, materials management is a term used to connote controlling the kind, amount, location, movement, and timing of various commodities used in production by industrial organization. Now see the word controlling the kind. Kind means things, material that we have to control. Further says amount. Amount means quantity. How much the quantity we require, that also we have to decide in advance. We have to plan for that. And by this planning, we may think about the location from where we have to buy the material and on what time the various materials we required to manufacture the product. So this is the management of this. Management of type of material, quantity of material, timing of material, sources of materials, that all included in our management. Further, second definition what says is the planning, directing, controlling and coordinating those activities which are concerned with materials and inventory requirements. Now I think you know basic management thing, that planning, directing, controlling and coordinating those activities which are concerned with material. Materials requires the survey, materials require the information, materials require the money, materials require the manpower, materials require the information in advance, materials required information about the quality, required about the pricing. So this all will be coordinated. At that time, materials management is possible. Third, we may say definition, material management is a basic function of the business that adds value directly to the product itself. Very important and very nice definition. We can say basic function of the business. Material is a recognition. Material is going to give the brand. Material is going to give the sale. And with the help of this sale, you are able to get the value. Now let's say simple example I am giving you, that piece of wood, when converts into table, the value of that wood increases or not. So material is having a nature to absorb the labor, absorbs the process, and by that process you are able to convert that material into finished goods. And that is only possible to go for the sell, go for the fulfillment of the requirement of fulfill the requirement of the customers. So when customer will consume or use your product, at that time they will feel satisfaction when you are going to provide the right finished goods or product to them. This is the very important word value you have to underline. Then further deals with controlling and regulating the flow of material in relation to changes in variables like demand, prices, availability, quality, delivery schedules, etc. Now, management is not only to get the material. Here we have to go for the management at micro level to fulfill the right quality, right quantity, right price, right source of supply, and right timing to get the material. Then only it is possible to manage it or control it. So, thus, material management is an important function of an organization covering various aspects of input process. Input process. Without input, output is not possible. So, input means your feeding. So, feeding is there, feeding is right, you will get the output is also right. So, it includes raw material, procurement of machines, and other equipment necessary for the production process, and spare parts for the maintenance of the plant. Now, see, here we include materials, machineries, equipment, maintenance material, that all include under the head of inventory or materials management. Thus, in a production process, materials management can be considered as an preliminary to transformation process. It's a preliminary base for transforming the process. The manufacturing activity is depending on material. Without material, it is not possible to start a manufacturing activities. So, in a very simple manner, material is a base for manufacturing, base for getting the finished goods, base for sale, and also for profit or return. So in short, we understood that materials management is very important for the business. Now, second point is classification of material. What is classification? What type of materials you require? So, classification depends on number of base, number of aspects, but generally classification is raw material inventory, and this raw material inventory varies from industry to industry. For textile industry, the raw material that you know very well, yarn. For yarn industry, the main basic raw material is a fiber or maybe a cotton. So fiber is a different, cotton is a different. So these are the raw material inventory. As per example, for chemical, we require various types of raw material to manufacture the chemical. Or for TV, we require the other type of raw material to manufacture that. So raw materials are depending on a industry, depending on a nature of work, depending on a product. What type of product we are manufacturing, on that raw material requirement is there. Second is stores and spare parts. Now stores and spare parts also be required for the material, for the manufacturing activities. That examples are bolts, nuts, clamps, screw, etc., etc. This type of things we require for manufacturing engineering industry. In engineering industry, we require this type of we can say stores or spare parts to complete the manufacturing activity. For food industry, they have the machines also. When machines you have, so you require this type of spare parts. And without machine, it is not possible to manufacture the product. Even a food industry, or maybe a chemical, or maybe a fertilizer, or maybe engineering. Third one, work in process inventory. Once you insert the raw material in production process, that materials converts into work in process. That is also a part of the inventory. We know very well that inventory is flowing from first stage to last stage of the manufacturing. So in that situation, the form of the material is going to change. Next and not last we can say, but lastly we will get the finished goods inventory. You have the cup of ice cream of Amul. It's a last finished product you are getting, and you are enjoying the taste of that, and you are feeling you are feeling good when you are enjoying the ice cream. So this is only possible when you have the right raw material, right quality, right taste, right manufacturing process, right? So number of things we required to get the right product. So classifications are this type of. Now what is the scope of materials management? Scope means what? That what type of activities we are going to do to manage the inventory. So number of activities are there. First one, materials planning. Planning is a first step in our management, that without planning we can't go further. Planning is going to direct us that in future what we required. So we are thinking in advance. That is known as the planning. We are putting everything on paper. So we are going to plan for the requirement of the material, what type of material we require, what amount we require, what quality we require, on what time we require. Everything is going to be planned on a paper. And as per that planning, we have to go for the purchasing of the material, keeping that material in advance with you, because you know very well that what date you have to deliver the finished goods to the customers in advance. That is why planning is must. Once you plan, as per that planning, you have to go. But with that, you will find second one is production control. Production control is very important because on the production activity, your requirement of materials are depending. If your production control is loose, if you are not managing your production activity as per the schedule, then it is very difficult to match with the requirement of the material. That is why production control it becomes a very important function for management of the inventory. Third, inventory control itself. We have to control the inventory. We have to control the flow of the inventory. What is flow? Flow, you know very well, there is an inflow of the material and outflow of the materials. Within this time, within this time factor, within the organization, within your plan, you have to control the inventory, because your 50 to 60% investment of your cost of production is in only material. Your maximum part of the working capital is invested in material to earn the profit. If you are not going to control the inventory, chances of wastage, chances of mishandling, chances of breakage is possible, and it will going to increase your production cost. That is why inventory control is must. Further, you will find important function of the inventory in a scope: purchase. What is purchase? Purchasing is a very important recurring nature activity or function which is required to fulfill the demand of the production department and also the demand of the customer. As per the demand of the customer, your production schedule is going to be created, and on that base, your requirement of material is going to be planned. So, purchasing is, someone says that purchase, if you have the right purchasing, then your half of the success of the business you are able to achieve, because economical purchasing is must. Right source of supplier, right quality you have to buy, right price you have to pay, you have to negotiate with the we can say suppliers. Negotiation is a very wide term. It's not a bargaining only. It's a negotiation for quality, negotiation for number of terms and conditions, and last negotiation for the price. Price comes last, quality comes first. So you have to cover number of aspects in your purchasing activities or purchasing function to buy the materials. That is why in a large scale industry you will find separate purchasing department, purchase manager is appointed, technical knowledge they are having good background, engineering degrees, mechanical knowledge for the engineering industry, that what type of materials they have to buy, what quality they required, and what are the specifications, standards of the raw material they have to buy. Very, very, very big science behind this. So, in short, purchasing is very important function for survival of the business. If your purchasing is wrong, it is directly hit your profit. If purchasing is right, you will find very big reward from these purchasing activities. Then further, in a scope of materials management, you will find receiving and inspection. Once your material comes at your door, at that time, receiving department will receive the material. They will check the quantity of the material and hand over to the inspection department to check the quality of the material. If quality is as per your standard, as per your terms and condition, if quality is okay, then you have to accept the material. Once it is accepted, that will transfer to stores department. Now stores department, storekeeping is very important area that is going to fulfill the gap between receiving the material and issuing the material to the production department or needy department. Production department, at what time they required in advance, you have to plan for the material and you have to store it. So storekeeping, separate storerooms, godowns, warehouses, you are going to find as per the level of the industry. Storekeeper, store manager is appointed, number of clerks are there. They are recording all the inwards of the material, and issue of the material is also recorded. The computer technology they are using in this, because thousands of materials, various types of materials you are going to find in a stores department, and you have to manage it, you have to account it, You have to take the insurance for protection. You have to protect that material physically, and also you have to protect the quality of the materials. And for that, whatever the environment you require, that you have to provide to this type of to the particular type of materials. So storekeeping is again a very big area that you are going to find. Next, you will see shipping. Shipping means distribution of finished goods. Everything we are doing for the distribution of the finished goods to the customers. We have to dispatch the goods as per the order to the customers, or as per the demand of customers. You have to distribute the goods of material, goods of the goods means finished goods to the customers in time. So for that you may have distributors, area wise distributors, state wise distributors, your sub agents also you have, and under that you will find number of retailers. So retailers will get the materials via this channel of distribution, that flow of the material. Now see, from raw material stage to receiving and inspection, then you are giving to the store, hand over to the stores department production, again production, they will give finished goods to you again back, and afterwards you have to give what? Give or hand over to the dispatch department for the customers. So this is what it's a shipping or distribution of finished goods. Now within this, you will find there is a one important function is there, materials handling. How to handle the material? We require number of equipments for handling the materials as per the size, weight, nature of the material. We may have the overhead cranes, we may have the industrial tractors, we may have the conveyor belts. As per the size and nature and weight of the material, we are going to, we can say, install various types of materials handling equipments. You know, when materials are handled, when materials are on move, at that time chances of accidents are possible. Chances of breakage is also possible. Chances of mishandling is also possible. So when you are handling at that time, you are also having expenses of handling. As you are handling the materials more, automatically your cost of handling will increases, and it is going to increase your overall cost of production. That is why we also have to manage the distance between getting the material, receiving the material, and issuing the materials to the production department. It again depends on the scale of the industry. So that we have to manage. Further, traffic, or we may say transport. Traffic means what here? That when you are handling the materials, at that time, what type of traffic or what type of congestion is possible, that also you have to manage, because traffic is going to going to delay the distribution of materials to the needy department. Within the manufacturing process, again you will find there is a we can say traffic jam. At one place you will find all materials are waiting for going further, waiting for second stage of the material. So traffic and transport, that also to be managed. Physical distribution, further you will find to the customers. Physically you have to distribute the materials by what transport, how it is going to be handled well, and safely you have to distribute the material to the customers. Maruti car or any car company, they are just shipping the car in a special type of truck. Six or eight cars are just inside, and very safely it is transported or handled just to give to the customer. So quality, the we can say the shape of the particular finished goods, whatever you manufactured, that should be protected within this physical distribution. And last, scrap control. Scrap is possible. Scrap means whatever the wastage within the due to manufacturing activities within your plant, whatever scrap is going to arises, that should be also controlled. As scrap is more, your cost of production is also going to increase high. So we have to minimize as scrap minimum as possible. As scrap is less is better for the production control. See here, overall if you are going to see the decision, the management is for increasing the profit, is for minimizing the cost of production. That is why we are managing the material well. As I said earlier, 50 to 60% cost of production is connected with the material, whatever we are using. That is why materials management is must. We have to manage it in such a way that we should get the maximum benefit from the material. If you are going to save 5% of your cost of material, that is directly boost your final profit. The synergistic effect you will find in your profit, and with the profit, survival, development, it becomes a source of capital. It is going to satisfy number of stakeholders. Your employees are happy because they are getting the good salary, right time salary, other facilities, the working condition that you are able to maintain. Number of things are possible when you have the right profit here. That's why manage it and get it. Now next is the objectives and importance of materials management. Now I think from above this all discussion we understood very well that the main objective is reduce overall cost of production. I told you earlier, every action, every decision is in the line of achieving the objective, that is reduce overall cost of production by right management of the material. Second, you will find increased productivity. As you have the right time materials when it is available to the production department, your production department will work as maximum as possible. So automatically productivity will increases. Again, productivity increases means your overall cost of production decreases. When your overall cost of production decreases, your profit increases. That is why second objective is increase productivity. Third, again see everything is going in the line of the profit only, in the line of production cost only. Third is efficient use of resources. Efficient use of resources. Resources are man, money, machinery, material. Whatever you invested in your industry, that should be properly utilized. If it is utilized properly, you will get the more outcomes. You will get the more production. As production is more, your cost of production, average cost of production is down. And last, again, profit is there. Further, please see now direct hit, profit maximization and wealth maximization. So I think it's a direct objective here we found. It is a main objective of financial management to maximize the profit and wealth maximize. What is profit maximization? Profit maximization is a basic parameter of any industry to measure the efficiency. Company's efficiency is measured by the profit earning. It's a base. How much you earn? 30% return, 40% return, 25% return. There is an increase, a 10% increase in profit. So this is the base for evaluating your power, your performance. That is why profit maximization is there. And on that base, wealth maximization is possible. We have to maximize the wealth of the owners, wealth of the shareholders. Shareholders are expecting a handsome dividend, handsome return. So this is only possible when you have the right profit. You have to give the income tax to the government, GST to the government. That is only possible when you will earn. Government is going to be happy when you will give the, I think you will just, file the best return. You are going to pay the higher taxes, more taxes, higher we can't say, but more taxes. Regular on the right time taxes when you are going to pay to the government, is that government also going to satisfy? Your employees are satisfied by right time wages, salary payment. Your customers are happy with the right quality of materials, finished goods at a right price. So everybody is going to be happy when you are going to achieve profit maximization and wealth maximization. Next, our objective is improve quality. Improve quality, for that number of companies have research and development department. 24 hours they are thinking to improve the quality of the product or performance of the product. If you are going to improve the quality of the product time by time, your customer will going to, customer is going to keep your products or keep buying your products regularly from you. Without customers, turnover is not possible. And without turnover, again, profit is not possible. That is why improve quality is a basic objective of the inventory management. Then further find enhance better working condition. Your working condition where your production is going on. You have to enhance, you have to improve. As per the nature of the product, you have to provide the right working condition. If you are going to provide the right working condition, it is going to motivate the worker to work more. Worker feel comfortable when they are working in a factory when they find the right working condition. That is also important objective. Then ensure customer satisfaction and retention. As I told you just earlier, that customer satisfaction depends on your product. And retention means to buy again and again your product. So repetition is very important here. Efficient use of the working capital. There are two types of capital in our business. One is fixed working capital. Second is what? Working capital. One is what? Fixed capital, and second is the working capital. Fixed capital is connected with the land, building, machineries, furniture, etc. To establish the industry, we require the fixed capital. But to run the industry, run the business, we required working capital. So, how to use working capital is very important management function to manage the working capital, because your each and every transactions are possible to be fulfilled only with the right working capital. So this working capital is going to provide you, I think, movements, provide you the power to buy the material on a right time, to make the payment to the supplier on a right time, to provide every facilities whatever you require to complete the production process. That is only possible with the efficient working capital. Further, you will find lowering inventory investment. As investment is less, your benefits are more, because chances of pilferages, chances of outdated, means your inventory becomes outdated, chances of we can say breakage, chances of accident, then insurance amount, everything is going to be minimized when you have the more turnover of inventory and minimum investment in inventory. Further, you will find ensuring the cooperation of all departments. Without cooperation of finance department, cooperation of marketing department, cooperation of production department, cooperation of HR department, it is not possible to manage the inventory. So, overall coordination we required to manage the inventory and manage the material. Further, every department understands, knows very well that without material it is not possible to manufacture the goods. And without manufacturing the goods, it is not possible to sell, and without selling, profit is not there. Then further you will find forecast future budget. Forecasting future budget means how much the investment you required, how much the money you required to buy the materials. That everything is going to plan in advance. And further you are going to find planned orders. Means whatever orders you are giving to your supplier, that must be planned in advance, and that planning is coordinated with production department, with finance department, because in future we have to make the payment to them. Reduced wastages and defects. As wastages are more, as I think defects are more in a manufacturing, rejection is more, your material cost is going to be increases. That is going to increase the production cost, and production cost increases, the profit is affected. In short, we have to minimize the wastage, we have to minimize the mishandling, we have to minimize the defects. For that, you have to upgrade your technology, you have to upgrade time by time your technology to minimize the defects also. And by this way, we are able to get the success of the business. So these are the objectives and importance that we found here. Okay, see you again in our next lecture. Thank you.